So now we're going to do a little discussion. So how do you think Melvin's curiosity and interest in reading may have helped him in other aspects of his life? Do you think he was a good student because he was always reading? Yeah. Do you think reading can make you smarter? How so? Yeah. Yeah, reading does make you smarter because there's so many words in there and there's so many things that you don't know unless you read. So that's why we're going to try to read every day, whether it's by yourself or with me, we're always going to try to read. So now that we have read the book, do you think we have made some good predictions? So we said that the librarians enjoy helping out the boy Melvin based on the facial expressions we saw. And we were correct, right? They loved helping him out, and that's why he came back to the library. So how about our predictions about the end of the book? Didn't we say that he would be the librarian one day? Turns out we were right. Now I hope you all enjoyed this book, but I want to go back to our highlighter words we've been talking about. Let's repeat out loud as a class the words and their definition so that you can use them in a different activity or when you're reading another book. Repeat after me. Identify. Curious. Organize. Now let's repeat the definitions. Identify what someone or something is. Good. And identify. Maybe you identify with a certain group of people, whether it's your friends or classmates. You identify where you belong. The next word, curious. Repeat after me. Curious. Meaning someone that wants to know or learn something. Repeat that. To know or learn something. Good. So for example, being curious about what you got on a hard test. You wanted to know something. You wanted to know what you got on the grade, for the grade. Or maybe when you just took a hard test and felt a little weird about it, you might have a curious face on, meaning something strange or unusual. The last highlighter word we have is organize. Good, yes, very good. Organize, and that means to put things in order. Put things in order. Very good. Now that you all have a great understanding, we are going to do a little activity using these words in a sentence different than the book, okay? So I'm going to hand out this activity to you all. And I'm going to read the sentence aloud, and you will choose the correct highlighter word. After you all have completed it, we will come together as a class and go over the right answers. You will have just a few minutes to do this. Okay, so work on this, and we'll come back in a few minutes. Okay, class, I'm glad you worked on the activity. You all worked very well. Now for the first sentence. It says, Tony had a very messy room and needed to... Any volunteers? Yes. Organize. Good, organize his clothes before he could go play with his friends. And the second one, Lisa was unable to... Curious or identify the picture on the postcard. Which one is it? Identify. Good. Lisa was unable to identify the picture on the postcard. The mouse was frightened by the dog, but also a little bit... Identify or curious? Curious. Good. You all worked very well on that. I'm very proud of you. Now for an extension, I want you all to take this home for homework. So I want you all to write out the 3 highlighter words, which are identify, curious, organize. Good. I want you to put them in your own words. So just like we did today, put it in your own words in a student-friendly definition. Then I want you to write 3 of your own sentences in cursive, like we've been practicing, with each of these words. And your writing should be clear and neat, okay? So you all will turn that into me tomorrow. And yeah, so great job today. Now we'll move on to our next lesson.